Ready?
How many?
Okay. Our final debate today is the United States should ban the death penalty. Arguing for the affirmative are Romy, Shania, and Rochelle. And arguing for the negative are Nomar, Ariana, and Eric.
We're going to talk about why we agree the United States should ban the death penalty. We agree in the death penalty because whether it's a firing squad, electric shear, gas chamber, lethal injection, or hanging, it's barbaric. To allow state murder before the crew of people, the 8th Amendment of the USA Constitution prevents the use of cruel and unusual punishment. Many would entrap the death penalty and
We think the United States should not ban the death penalty. This is because it's a positive effect. For example, it has a better punishment to stop the crime and victims can recover in a better way. According to the passage, the death penalty gives closure to the victim's family who has suffered so much. Also, justice is better served because the crime will end.
Well, I say that the death penalty should be banned from the USA because even though it does give closure to the victim's family, it also sends like a wrong message saying that why kill people who kill people to show that killing is wrong. Basically, the person just killed someone, and then the state of law is gonna kill that person. You're basically just saying killing may be wrong, but it's still right.
My opponent said that will show a bad example. But the murderer has already killed the person. Isn't that showing a bad example as well? They already showed a bad example to kids by showing this murder. And this is going to be on the news for everyone to see. And what about that innocent person who just died? They didn't do anything wrong. I think they should deserve to have a happy life.
My opponent just said that it's gonna be all over the news. Not every day you go on the news and you're gonna see from 50 states that there has been a crime. You really only see crimes that usually happen in your state, and not a lot of kids watch the news. So basically, it'll just be adults. And then you don't see everyday adult going to the child saying, do you know that a man just got killed and then the person got killed too?
Even if it's not on the news, kids these days with modern technology, most of these kids have a phone in this class, am I right?
Yeah.
So obviously, with all the social media these days, they're going to see it whether they watch the news or not. There are also newspapers. And then I'm not sure if it's a couple of years ago, but a couple of years ago, it wasn't a murder. There was this guy. He captured 2 young ladies, and he kept them in his basement for about 10 years, I'm not sure. For a really long time. And he did some stuff that he didn't like. And yes. So how would you feel if that was done to you? How would you want that to be solved? Because sometimes jail time isn't always the best.
It's true.
Alright, so my opponent just said about something that is a true fact. But if you was to read the newspaper after that thing, the 2 people that were held in his basement did not want him to have the death penalty. They wanted him to go to jail for life. They felt sorry for him and they felt bad for him if he was to die because he did the wrong thing.
Oh God, I'm gonna continue.
Studies show that sometimes this does happen. The victim will feel sorry for their capturer. This is a study because sometimes what happens when they're with this person for a really long time, they start to gain sorrow. And if you look this up, this is a true fact. They will gain sorrow for their person that did this thing to them. But this is all on the mind. But this is taking over them. This is not what they really want.
Okay, this is the last one.
Oh God. Finally.
But how about this? Let's say that there's this lady or a guy, and he's walking when the crime's happening, and by all chance, cops come out of nowhere and the killer is gone already. Sometimes, if you see some people who really did not commit the crime gets the death penalty for no reason. Basically, they're innocent men and women put to death because maybe they were at the place on the wrong time, wrong information, they said something online and one person took it the wrong way. Basically, what my group is trying to say, stop the death penalty. The death penalty is not doing anything better but making everything worse. You are making 2 families suffer. It can be 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter. You're making people suffer. A crime is a crime, and it can be handled in many different ways.
Oh, you have the negative, right? Yes.
Yes. All right. This is my last rebuttal, and I'm gonna make it count.
Okay.
So my opponent said that sometimes the criminals, they get them wrong. Well, that's not always the case. It might have happened before, but nowadays with modern technology, we have DNA testing, lie detector tests, and other stuff that could prove that this criminal is guilty, and they could serve to better justice. And this is better justice because what if they do go to jail? Sometimes they could escape. Prisoners find a way to escape, and then they could keep killing more innocent people. Thank you very much.
In conclusion, we think that the death penalty should be banned because the text says it sends the wrong message. Why kill people who kill people to show killing is
In conclusion, the United States shouldn't ban the death penalty. This is my argument because it helps in a lot of issues we face today. For example, it helps give victims and families closure, solve overpopulation problems, and will serve better justice by stopping the criminal from hurting other innocent people.